A 10-year-old Tabecha boy has been mauled to death by a pit bull at his family home. The Pit Bull Federation of South Africa has cautioned people to really think twice about buying the breed. It further says it doesn't blame the dogs. It does, however, hold the owners and even some breeders accountable. The Federation's Linz Rotenbach joins me now. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. Of course, we hear about these stories all too often in our communities. What do you think is the root cause of some of these attacks?
Thank you for having us and for being willing to discuss this. The root cause of these attacks is not just one thing. It's multiple things. Firstly, the popularity of the pit bull has just exploded in South Africa, where everybody wants a pit bull. We are noticing young teenagers who are getting pit bulls. We are noticing people wanting them for security. There's this misconception that they are the ideal family dog for every family, and they're not. They're hard work. Then we have a very irresponsible element within the rescue and the animal welfare industry that promotes them as the dog for everybody, and they believe that problem dogs with problem temperaments can be rehabilitated. We then see another problem, which is owners. Now, there's two different types of wrong pit bull owner. There is the good-hearted, really good people who have bought into the hype of this nanny dog and this phenomenal dog for every home, and they go and they source a dog, but they are sourcing their dog wrong. They're buying from a backyard breeder. They are adopting from a shelter based on emotion. Then we have the people who want them as an ego extension. And these are the people that are actually particularly dangerous because they get these dogs with poor temperaments and then they work them up and train them to be aggressive because in their minds it looks impressive. So then what happens is you have a mauling, be it an innocent family member who it was just the perfect storm, or the irresponsible owner whose dog got out and has killed somebody or mauled somebody. And then we have a broken justice system. And in South Africa, unfortunately, this is a bit of a gray area. We do have a law that covers this, and it's called the Animals Matters Amendment Act. Now, it clearly states it's a criminal offense and if your dog, mauls or kills somebody, and it states you are responsible for what your dog does. But there is a gray area because when a mauling happens and victims seek help, we have the SAPS who are saying it's not their job, it's the SPCA's job because the Animals Matters Amendment Act is actually part of the Animals Protection Act, therefore the SPCA mandate, and the SPCA are saying, well, it's the SAPS. And in the middle of this, we have victims who can't open cases. So where's the accountability? We've got all of these wrong things happening, but nobody's willing to step up and say, who do we hold accountable? And who we hold accountable is the dog's owner, because you are responsible for that animal.
Linz, I want to come to the issue of what it really takes then to care for a pit bull, especially if a dog is unproblematic. But you mentioned the issue of breeders. Why are breeders a problem? How are they contributing to this issue?
Well, I'd like to first differentiate between the backyard breeder and the commercial breeder who breed purely for profit, and then the preservation breeder. Two totally different things. The preservation breeder seldom has a litter. When they have available puppies, they'll screen you. You don't just get a dog. The backyard breeder who breeds unregistered dogs, you can't even prove they're pit bulls, and the commercial breeder who may issue papers, but they also just breed for money, are breeding for that money. And they are not factoring in things like temperament. Now, temperament is largely inherited. Yes, environment and nurture does play a role, but up to 70% of a dog's temperament is inherited. Your preservation breeder is breeding to maintain good temperament. Your backyard breeder and your commercial breeder isn't. So they are breeding problematic dogs. They don't care who buys their dog. The first person who comes with the money gets the dog. What they're not telling people is their dogs actually have really bad temperaments a lot of the time. And yes, we know there are people who have bought unregistered dogs who are phenomenal, but there are also those who have bought really bad breed dogs who have got really bad temperaments, and they are mauling people. And the people who are mass producing these dogs and just handing them out are your backyard breeders and your commercial breeders.
Is there support for families, for individuals who have bought pit bulls, whether they're pure breed or not, on what it takes and how they should actually be caring and raising these dogs?
We do our best as the Pit Bull Federation of South Africa to educate people. We are always open to people reaching out to us. We will gladly give you information. There are also a lot of really, really good rescue centers who also share this information about the breed. So the help is there, but a lot of the time people are sucked into the emotional and the warm and fuzzy, it's how you raise them. No, it's not. They are sucked into the whole nanny. They feed into the misinformation that was actually put out by the Pit Bull lobby machine. And our greatest enemy actually is the Pit Bull lobby machine, because this whole thing started with the Michael Vick dogs in America, where it went viral and everybody felt sorry for the Pit Bull and everybody wanted a Pit Bull. And these people portrayed these dogs as something they really, really aren't. Mm. So we do advise people reach out to us, our Facebook page, Pit Bull Federation of South Africa. You can inbox us. Somebody will respond with either my number or one of my colleagues' numbers. Or reach out to us and we'll even put you in touch with some really great rescue centers who are working with these dogs and doing things really, really well. There is help for you, but there is honest help. And often the honest help is not what people want to hear. You don't want to hear that these phenomenal dogs who in the right hands make the most amazing pets and who are easy to train actually have a very dark side. And I always say to people, anybody can live with the great side of a pit bull. I will always own a pit bull, but you've got to be willing to live with the side of the pit bull that is not so pretty, and that is a lot of work.
Linz Rotenbach, let's leave it there for tonight.